so, but I really could not tell you because obviously I just played at that, and we are obviously using team attack for brackets. So
yeah, I'll have to remember to check for that tomorrow, considering that is when the Rivals 2 bracket is.
yeah, right. Going to be a very interesting, very action-packed weekend, honestly, for Rivals. You know, all Friday and Saturday, we got so much going on every single day, and we're just creeping closer to the big finale of our Rivals 1 day.
Absolutely, and all these players just giving it their all, especially in the baby phase here, just burning through that and going to the Classic for a lot of places.
Yeah, so I will say, I feel like HKP, being a former Rano player, he always struck me as more of like a kind of slower pace Zetterburn by comparison. Danzello is pedal to the metal, pure punish game, absolute monster when he gets going.
Yeah, and just his ability to create panic just by the movement that he uses on platforms is enough to strike fear into the hearts of his opponents.
And right now, we got Cheesy offstage, deep offstage, no less. Going to be breaking that pillar and trying to pressure this return.
Oh, the rock chart's actually saving Cheesy there. And she's doing everything she can to try and deal with Danzello here, but the problem is Danzello's movement is just so deceptive because he's constantly dashing in and out at that safe range where you can't really dash in immediately as Kragg in order to go for a punish for that kind of movement. So it's definitely on Cheesy to find some way to either force Danzello in or just once you get in to keep Danzello off the stage.
Exactly, yeah. And that is going to be the big name in the game is Kragg has some of the best edge guarding in the game and Zetter a very vulnerable recovery. So she really needs to find these edge guarding situations. The problem is she hasn't done it, I think, once yet. It's all been kind of Danzello controlling the pace of the game, getting these combos, catching their hurt box extensions, and putting Cheesy into some really uncomfortable situation just like this. That was extremely bold, but an incredible call out from Danzello. I don't think she could attack that.
No, because that first hit pulls you away from the wall, so I think... Oh.
Wow.
That is an unfortunate mistake, using the up B cancel out of the side B by mistake there. You can definitely tell that is not what she wanted.
Yeah.
So, gonna have to reset mentally here and find a way back into this set.
Like I said, pedal to the metal. Danzello really got that momentum in 5th gear right now. So Aramata is going to be an interesting stage to try to shut that down because it's a decently, medium-sized stage. Going to be not the easiest to put Danzello off stage. But when you do, it's some of the most threatening edge guarding in the game with the small side blast zones.
Absolutely. And one of the other nice things is that those platforms are up high enough that it's a lot easier to react to Zetterburn trying to drop down on you from up there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh.
And there we go. The Shard is going to be taking stock number 1, and that is exactly what Cheesy needs to be doing here to beat the Zetterburn.
Yep, here we go. Getting some nice grounded combos here, just keeping Danzello stuck in the vortex. Nice, the starting hitbox of side B. Always a good option to be able to break the rock there and throw a counter projectile if you can time it right.
Yep. Totally. Well, yeah, just approaching behind those spikes. Danzello already kind of seeming to get a little bit overwhelmed here.
Uh-oh. There we go, able to hit the ground, at least get those options back. Cheesy, though, awkward spot for that pillar.
Definitely, and going to be dying for it, unfortunately, but still 100, never mind, it's still a full stock up, 0-2-0.
Yep. But now going to have to find some way to get back on safe. This could be an opportunity for Danzello to try and cheese away a stock from CheesyPotato here.
As you say that, we're seeing the fares come out. That is great news for any Zetterburn player, but she makes it back. 70%, not nothing, but probably not enough to find a kill here unless something crazy happens.
Yeah, I mean, especially with Kragg on fire, that could open up kills very soon if she can find the opening, and there it is.
All right.
You got to be careful when you're pulling out that rock because it really cuts off what Kragg can do in disadvantage.
Yeah, the significant part of Kragg counterplay is just can you play around when he pulls rock, and when he doesn't, and these up airs making Kragg look like a midweight.
Yeah, I mean, especially off of that top platform. It's a good thing that Kragg's heavy because a lot of other characters would have died there.
100%, yeah. And honestly, this is still kind of scary. I mean, we saw Cheesy die about 120 last time. That's... oh!
Like I said at the beginning, she will bully you all the way across the stage with rock alone.
All right, Onesie, I see you. Turns out you made it here after all.
Jeez.
But yeah, that's a phenomenal way for her to end game number 2 right here. That's how Danzello gets a counterpick here. Obviously, you know, best of 5, game 3 is where you get to see that counterpick advantage come into play.
Yeah, and this is definitely going to give a lot more movement options, and the close to the ground platforms will make it easier for Danzello to drop in unexpected on Cheesy.
Absolutely, but you have to live first. The stage has the smallest top blast zone in the game, well, I think the second smallest top blast zone. So these up strongs from both players are going to be hitting extremely hard.
Yep. But at the same time, you do have a lot more room to work with, so it's just a matter of finding those openings to get them to the blast zone. And that right there is a good way to find it. Just drop in with fair and just send them off the stage.
Yeah, 100%. We got Cheesy off stage, just hanging by this wall, waiting for her opportunity, and there it was. Dan started getting impatient with those up tilts, as you can see.
Yep. Just coming in with those jabs, just to force Dan off of the stage there, and just go for the edge guards when she can. Definitely a good game plan. Uh-oh.
Yeah, just both of them pressing a lot of buttons here, and for Cheesy, it's not going to pay off. Some rough DI on that forward air.
Yeah, down special going to give Danzello the opening that they need in order to get in there. And now comes the bullying from Cheesy.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, seeing a lot of back airs come out. Some crazy damage from these normals. 56%, but that doesn't really matter when you're getting put off stage.
Yep, I like that. Calling out Danzello's use of the jump in order to get back onto the stage there with the down special.
Yeah, ooh, big up strong, making that far slur counter pick just completely backfire. Gonna be killing so early off of the top there.
Yeah, this is definitely more of the Cheesy I was expecting, because she's definitely gotten warmed up now, and you can definitely see it in the way she's starting to control the game and just forcing Danzello to have to go into these awkward recovery positions.
Yeah. Like Cheesy's, you know, pushed Kragg harder than a lot of players have managed to, and we're really seeing just how well she's able to juggle, you know, using rock, literally juggling rock in some cases, and also going right back to using those incredible normals that Kragg has.
Yep. And just calling out the side special there right off the bat, but unfortunately caught with rock in hand, but able to find their way back to stage, no problem.
Yeah, we're trying to catch attack there. Dan's not going to give it to her and turning this into a bit of an advantage for himself.
Yep, but here we go. These side blast zones are going to be dangerous to deal with, because if you start getting juggled off to the side, you have to have perfect DI if you want to be able to live.
Here we go. The rock's coming out. That one's not going to kill Dan's, but it does put him in a very uncomfy spot. That Cheesy doesn't quite capitalize on. Never mind.
Yeah, tried to go for the down air, but unfortunately got clipped by the up special, but still going to be able to juggle Dan off the top there.
Yeah, seeing Dan's trying to cover these landings right now. That's going to be the name of the game, and she's jumping around like this, just stalling for a good opportunity.
Yeah, and now just comes the shuffling across the ground with the dash attacks, but unfortunately, it's not a fully safe option move, and Dan able to get the tech and the punish.
Ooh. Oh god, yeah, it's getting a little scary with that fast fall, but the pillar does have a minimum height there to save her, so, oh boy.
Yep.
There's... This game is looking the most even that we've seen so far, I would say.
Yeah, having this platform layout is giving Dan a good amount of options to go for punishes on Cheesy.
Ooh. It absolutely is, but we're still seeing these edge guards, and they are extremely terrifying. The fair, just how do you get past it sometimes?
Yeah, especially when Cheesy's starting to wait for those jumps that Dan's been using after down specialing to the wall. Because that's something you'll see out of a lot of Zetters, where they just try and use that second jump to catch people off guard, but Cheesy's starting to hover above them to just wait it out and punish.
Well, okay, the up strong gonna even up the stocks. We're gonna see those fireflies coming out to commemorate. This could be Dan's winner's side life here, but game 5 is not out of the question as we see all these aerials coming out. The up air, fireball keeping the damage coming with that fire.
Yeah, and bit by bit, Dan is slowly bringing Cheesy into kill percent. It's just going to be a matter of finding that kill option.
Oh. And now after all that effort, just off stage, too far to tack, and the F strong takes it. Cheesy going into winner side top 8. Danzello going to have to slug it out in our incredible